1. Birth of a storm. 1856. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, during a violent thunderstorm in the remote mountain village of Smiljan, then part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. According to family legend, lightning split the sky at the moment of his birth, an omen many later saw as symbolic of his destiny. His father was an Orthodox priest, strict and disciplined, who valued education and language. His mother, though illiterate, possessed an extraordinary memory and remarkable inventive talent, creating household tools entirely from imagination. Tesla later wrote that he inherited his thirst for knowledge, discipline, and mental endurance from his father, and his creativity, intuition, and inventive spark from his mother. From early childhood, Tesla showed unusual and striking traits: an intense curiosity about nature, a powerful imagination, and the rare ability to visualize complex machines and mechanisms fully formed in his mind, without sketches or calculations. 2. Early genius and trauma. Tesla's childhood was deeply marked by tragedy. His older brother, widely regarded as a prodigy and the family's great hope, died suddenly in an accident. The loss devastated the family and cast a long shadow over Nikola's youth. The tragedy placed immense emotional pressure on Tesla, who grew up feeling both inferior and burdened by expectation. He pushed himself relentlessly to compensate for the loss. Despite this, Tesla excelled academically. He demonstrated exceptional talent in mathematics and physics, solved complex equations entirely in his head, and required only a few hours of sleep each night. At the same time, he suffered from nervous exhaustion, vivid hallucinations, and recurring illness, conditions that would follow him throughout his life and shape his fragile mental state. 3. Education and collapse. Tesla studied engineering in Graz, where he became intensely obsessed with electricity and the mechanics of power generation. He worked relentlessly, often studying and experimenting up to 20 hours a day, driven by perfectionism and inner compulsion. Professors admired his brilliance, discipline, and memory, but increasingly feared for his mental and physical health. Tesla rejected moderation and ignored warnings. Eventually, exhaustion, emotional strain, and a growing addiction to gambling derailed his studies. He lost control of his life, was expelled from the university, and drifted between cities in shame and uncertainty. He returned home disgraced and broken. Shortly afterward, his father died, but not before urging Tesla to abandon despair and pursue his true calling: science and invention. 4. First breakthrough. Alternating current. In Budapest, while working for a telephone company, Tesla experienced one of the most important moments of insight in scientific history. During a quiet walk through a city park, he suddenly envisioned a complete design of an induction motor powered by alternating current. The vision appeared fully formed in his mind: rotating magnetic fields, motors, generators, and a complete system of power transmission. Tesla later recalled drawing diagrams in the dirt to explain the concept. This single idea for unified alternating current system would later reshape the modern world and redefine how electricity was generated, transmitted, and used. 5. Paris and Edison. Tesla moved to Paris to work for Edison's company, repairing and improving electrical systems across Europe. He quickly earned a reputation as an exceptional problem solver, capable of diagnosing failures others could not. After successfully resolving a major crisis at a power station, Tesla was promised a substantial financial reward. The payment never came. The betrayal left him deeply disillusioned with industrial politics and broken promises. In 1884, Tesla left for the United States with almost no money, little English, and no connections. He arrived in New York carrying little more than his ideas, calculations, and unshakable belief in his vision. 6. Clash of Titans. Tesla briefly worked for Thomas Edison, one of the most powerful inventors and businessmen of the age. Their philosophies could not have been more different. Edison relied on trial, error, and incremental experimentation. Tesla relied on theory, mathematics, and complete mental visualization. Tesla redesigned Edison's inefficient generators, dramatically improving performance. Once again, he was denied a promised bonus, dismissed as a joke. Feeling insulted and exploited, Tesla quit immediately, severing ties with Edison and setting the stage for one of history's most famous scientific rivalries. 7. Poverty and redemption. After leaving Edison, Tesla fell into extreme poverty. He worked as a manual laborer, digging ditches and performing physical work far below his intellectual capacity. Many believed his genius had been wasted. His fortunes changed when he met a group of investors who recognized the power of his ideas. With their support, Tesla established a laboratory in New York. There, he patented his alternating current system. The patents were revolutionary and soon attracted industrialist George Westinghouse, who saw in Tesla's work the foundation of a new electrical era. 8. The War of the Currents. A fierce industrial and ideological battle erupted between Edison's direct current DC and Tesla's alternating current AC. Edison launched a public campaign portraying AC as dangerous, even lethal, using fear to influence public opinion. The conflict reached its climax when Tesla and Westinghouse's system powered the Chicago World's Fair of 1893. Millions witnessed an entire city illuminated by alternating current, a breathtaking display of technological triumph. Soon afterward, Tesla's system was chosen to power the Niagara Falls hydroelectric station, the final, undeniable proof that alternating current was the future of electricity. 9. Obsession with wireless power. At the height of success, Tesla turned away from industry and commercial gain toward a far more ambitious dream: the wireless transmission of energy and information. He invented the Tesla coil, experimented with high-frequency currents, and demonstrated wireless control of devices long before radio became common. He became convinced that the Earth itself could act as a conductor, transmitting energy across vast distances. In 1895, a catastrophic fire destroyed his laboratory, erasing years of irreplaceable work and experimental records. 10. Colorado Springs and the dream of global energy. In Colorado Springs, Tesla conducted massive experiments with electricity, resonance, and atmospheric energy. He generated artificial lightning and believed he had discovered the key to global wireless power. Back in New York, financier J.P. Morgan funded Tesla's ambitious tower on Long Island, a Wardenclyffe, designed to transmit energy and information worldwide. When Morgan realized the system could not be easily controlled or monetized, funding stopped. Construction ceased, and the grand project collapsed and finished. 11. Decline and isolation. Tesla's later years were marked by isolation, eccentric behavior, and chronic financial hardship. He became obsessed with numbers, cleanliness, and elaborate rituals. He lived alone in hotels, forming emotional bonds with injured pigeons, which he fed and cared for devotedly. Despite continued work and bold claims, including a so-called death ray, the scientific establishment largely ignored him, viewing him as a relic of the past. 12. Death and mystery. 1943. Nikola Tesla died alone on January 7, 1943, in a quiet hotel room in New York City at the age of 86. Shortly after his death, U.S. authorities seized his papers and research notes. Some documents disappeared, fueling decades of speculation, secrecy, and conspiracy theories surrounding his unfinished work. 13. Legacy. During his lifetime, Tesla was misunderstood, underfunded, and often exploited. After his death, he became a symbol of pure scientific imagination and uncompromising vision. Alternating current, radio principles, wireless control, remote technology, and modern power systems all trace their foundations back to his ideas. Tesla once wrote, "The present is theirs, the future, for which I really worked, is mine."